afternoon to one and all present here. It is my absolute privilege to welcome you all to this captivating session titled Art and Craft of Healing Stories. Today we explore the transformative power of storytelling, how it serves as a vessel for healing and a means for self-discovery, and a bridge to shared humanity. Stories have an unparalleled ability to soothe, inspire, and help us through the process of grief and celebrate triumphs and victories and find solace in life's complexities. In this session, we'll delve into how the act of crafting and sharing stories becomes a profound journey of healing, not only for the storyteller but also for all of us listeners. We are delighted to present the remarkable individual who brings unmatched expertise and passion for today's discussion. Jyoti Pandey, a distinguished psychologist, transformational coach, and renowned storyteller, celebrated for her ability to heal and rejuvenate through the power of narratives. With over 3 decades of experience, she has transformed countless lives by helping individuals rewrite their personal stories and embark on the journeys of healing and of self-discovery. Blending psychology and storytelling, Jyoti ji has revolutionized the landscape of incorporating and narratives into her practice. Her expertise and innovation have earned her recognition as one of the 50 most innovative storytellers in India at the World Storytelling Congress. Her work extends beyond individual healing. As the wife of an army officer, she has positively impacted over 30,000 families. We are glad to have you here with us, ma'am. Joining her in this thought-provoking dialogue is the equally remarkable individual, Yogita Bansal Ahuja ji, who is a founder-director of Story Circle EduSarthi India Private Limited, a specialized storytelling-based skilling and training venture aimed at training and mentoring professionals and women homemakers. She is an Action for India Fellow, and her startup has been mentored by Stanford Seed Spark South Asia and IIM Bangalore. Through her startup, she has already enabled more than 300 women across India to become education entrepreneurs. A 2-time TEDx speaker and a storyteller coach, a startup founder, an anchor, educationalist, a leadership development consultant, Yogita ji has skilled more than 7,000 corporate professionals, 10,000 teachers, and touched countless lives of students through her work and passion. We are glad to have you with us, ma'am. Can we give them a huge round of applause? Now, without any further ado, let us embark on this inspiring journey of healing through stories guided by our amazing, amazing speakers.
Okay, works. Good evening, everyone. Namaste. And welcome, Jyoti ji. I think it is a very, very heartfelt and a wonderful moment. Such a beautiful and honor to have you here and have this conversation like this in a very formal setting. You know what, they say that you could be your authentic self with your friends. And what better way to have a conversation today, an authentic conversation, dil se dil tak. That is the endeavor. And as we start, I think I'd like, since we are a handful of us here, something that's coming to my mind is this. If you feel motivated, you could join in. Otherwise, just be a pleasant listener. जिंदगी है सरगम बजने दे साजों की धुन जिंदगी है सरगम बजने दे साजों की धुन हर एक पल यहाँ उम्मीद की है किरण. You may have heard a song, right? I sang, you heard it. But what if I tell you, you just told yourself a story in 4 lines, a story of hope, a story of happiness, a story filled with life. And they say, हम वो कहानियाँ बन जाते हैं, खुद बन जाते हैं, जो कहानी हम खुद से रोज़ कहते हैं. We become the stories that we tell ourselves. And stories can hurt us, our stories can heal us. And today, I'm very, very proud and honored and humbled at the same time to have this conversation with not just a friend, but an amazing storyteller, and especially somebody who's made it her life mission to talk about the art and craft of healing stories. Thank you for being here, and thank you for having this conversation with me.
Thank you, Yogita. Can you hear me? Is the mic fine?
You take this.
Thank you, Yogita, and welcome to Bhopal. I should be welcoming her. She has come all the way from Ahmedabad, and we are meeting after a long, long time. She's a fellow storyteller, and we keep seeing each other's work in the social media, and once in a while send a WhatsApp message to each other how you are doing. And such a pleasure to be in conversation with somebody who really understands stories from the core.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, since the session is, let me just get started and take you into the world of healing stories. So, Jyoti ji, since we are on the topic of the art and craft of healing stories, I'm sure many of us may be wondering, what exactly is a healing story according to you? And what makes it a powerful tool in your eyes, maybe for transformation, for healing, and for so many other purposes?
Honestly, I feel every story is healing. If you ask me, if you listen to a story, it touches your heart, it goes deep down into the subconscious, and it heals you. Are you in a mood, before I tell what a healing story is, would you like to understand what a story is through a story? I think that would be nice. बहुत समय पहले की बात है, जब सूरज, चांद, तारे और हवा बने ही थे. सच, कपड़े पहने हुए, फटे से कपड़े, पैर में चप्पल, बड़ी हुई दाढ़ी, एक जगह से दूसरी जगह ढूंढता जा रहा था, एक आश्रय की तलाश में, घर की तलाश में. कहीं भी जाता, लोग दरवाजा खोलते, सच को देखते और दरवाजा बंद कर देते. सच को कौन अंदर आने देता? सच थक गया था, हताश हो गया था, निराश हो गया था. उसने जान लेने की सोची. बचा ही क्या था जिंदगी में जब आपको कोई प्यार ही ना करे? उसने तय कर लिया था कि अब वो इस जिंदगी में नहीं रहेगा, इस दुनिया में नहीं रहेगा. और जिस दिन उसने तय किया, वो आखिरी गांव में पहुंचा ही था, उसने देखा कि सड़क के बीचों बीच लोग इकट्ठे हैं. बच्चे, बूढ़े, बड़े, जवान, और एक सुंदर सी लड़की, लंबे गले, काने बाल, मोटी मोटी आंखें, कजरारी. उसने जो कपड़े पहने थे उसमें बहुत सारे रंग थे, लाल, पीले, नीले, हरे, गुलाबी, सुनहरे, चमकीले, और सारे उसे छूना चाहते थे, उसे देख रहे थे, उसके पास से हटना ही नहीं चाहते थे. सच की आंखों में आंसू आ गए. कितना प्यार करते हैं सब इसे. और मुझे देखो, मैं जहां जाता हूं दरवाजा बंद कर देते हैं. अब भला सच को कौन अंदर आने देता है? जब सब चले गए, रात गहरी हो गई, बच्चों की आंखों में नींद भर गई, तो माएं उन्हें घर की तरफ खींच कर ले गईं. और बूढ़े थक गए थे और जवान भी अब सोने की तैयारी में थे. जब सब चले गए और वो लड़की अकेली खड़ी थी, तो सच धीरे से उसके पास पहुंचा और पूछा, कौन हो तुम? कितना प्यार करते हैं लोग तुम्हें. वो मुस्कुराई, हंसी. पहले तुम बताओ, तुम कौन हो? मैं तो सच हूं. उसने हंस के कहा, हाँ, नंगा सच. कौन पसंद करता है सच को? मैं कहानी हूं, लोग मुझे बहुत प्यार करते हैं. सच की आंखों में आंसू आ गए, तो क्या अब मेरी कोई जगह नहीं? कहानी ने उसका हाथ पकड़ा, उसे घर ले गई, उसे गर्म खाना खिलाया, उसे गर्म पानी दिया नहाने को, अब सच को थोड़ा अच्छा लग रहा था। उसने सच को एक सारे रंगों से भरा चोंगा दिया जिसमें लाल, पीले, नीले, हरे, गुलाबी सारे रंग थे, और उसका हाथ पकड़ा और कहा, अब तुम अकेले नहीं हो, जहां जहां मैं जाऊंगी वहां वहां तुम मेरे साथ चलोगे। कहते हैं उस दिन से सच और कहानी साथ साथ चलते हैं। तो आप सबको भी लगता है ना कि हर कहानी में कुछ न कुछ सच जरूर होता है, और चूंकि कहानी में सच होता है इसीलिए वो हमारे दिल तक पहुंच जाती हैं। तो हीलिंग स्टोरीज वो हैं जिन्हें सुनकर हम एक आशा, एक उम्मीद, एक होप, एक सेंस ऑफ एम्पावरमेंट, एक ग्रोथ महसूस करें। तो इस हिसाब से तो कहानियां ये काम करती ही हैं, लेकिन इन पर्टिकुलर हीलिंग स्टोरीज एक एज ग्रुप देखकर या एक ऑडियंस देखकर उनके पेन पॉइंट्स जो होते हैं, उनके दुख दर्द को समझकर जब कोई कहानी सुनाई जाती है जो उन्हें छू जाए और उन्हें ट्रांसफॉर्म होने में मदद करे, उनके अंदर तक चली जाए, उसको हीलिंग स्टोरीज कहते हैं। सिंपल से वर्ड्स में।
So beautiful, so beautiful. That's the story of the truth and the story together, being the best friends. Lovely. तो चलिए, हमने ये जाना कि हीलिंग स्टोरी क्या है, और इससे स्टोरी का हमारी जिंदगी में, हमारे सच में क्या महत्व है। अब थोड़ी बात करते हैं आपकी, ज्योति जी, कहानीकार की, राइट? कि आपकी जर्नी थोड़ी सी आप हमें बताएं। व्हाट हैज बीन योर जर्नी? हाउ डिड यू आई थिंक आई डू नो दैट you've been a psychologist, and how did you move or transform your psychology practice into a psychological storytelling practice, if I may put it that way?
देखिए, साइकोलॉजिस्ट क्या काम करता है? लोगों की जो लिमिटिंग बिलीफ्स होती हैं, जो उनको आगे बढ़ने नहीं देती हैं, जो अपने बारे में कुछ ऐसी चीज़ें सोचते हैं, their beliefs which kind of become a roadblock in their growth. So a psychologist listens to them and then probably help them find out their strengths with which they can move forward in life. Psychologists generally don't give any suggestions. They might just ask them to explore their life in totality. And as a storyteller भी तो काम वही कर रहे हैं हम we are understanding the pain points of the, especially as a healing storyteller. Like, I'll give you an example. Let's talk about women folk in particular, because I work a lot with women and I facilitate transformational retreats for them. तो अब सदियों से देखा गया है कि जो women folk हैं, जो उनकी आवाज है वो दबा दी गई है। अभी now we have started speaking, but still there is a majority of women folk who do not speak a lot. Now, if I have to transform them through storytelling, I need to have a story जहाँ not very overtly, I wouldn't say कि there is a what should I say, dictate कि ऐसा करो, but in a very subtle way there is a message what happens when you start speaking. So a very small story that comes to my mind is, there was a woman, बच्चे बड़े हो गए थे, उसके बेटों की शादियां हो गई थी, हस्बैंड की डेथ हो गई थी, अकेली रहती थी। अब उसके पास समय ही समय था, पर किसी के पास उसके लिए समय नहीं था। बेटे ऑफिस चले जाते, ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रन उनको वो बताना चाहती थी अपने बचपन की बातें कि वो कैसे खेलती थी, वो क्या करती थी, पर किसी के पास समय ही नहीं था। वो फूलती जा रही थी और उसे समझ में नहीं आ रहा था कि क्या हो रहा है। उसका बदन दिन पे दिन फूलता जा रहा था, किसी के पास समय नहीं था। क्या करती? अंदर ही अंदर दुख भरा था। एक दिन उसने सोचा कि जब मेरे पास किसी के लिए वक्त ही नहीं है तो मैं घर छोड़ ही देती हूँ। उसने अपने एक थैले में कुछ सामान भरा और घर छोड़कर चल दी। जब गांव के बाहर पहुंची तो एक खंडहर था, उसकी कुछ दीवारें इंटैक्ट थी और कुछ टूटी हुई सी थी। तो वो दीवार के पास जाकर खड़ी हुई और उसने अपने बचपन की कहानी, अपने पति के संग बिताए हुए लम्हों की कहानी, वो क्या बनाती थी, वो कैसे करती थी, सब धीरे धीरे कहकर बोलना शुरू किया और दीवारें खड़ 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 गिरने लगी। उसे बड़ा आश्चर्य हुआ, वो दूसरी दीवार के पास गई, कुछ और बातें बताई, वो दीवार भी गिर गई। जब मिस्त्री आया तो उसने देखा कि अरे, मैं तो ये दीवार गिराने की कब से कोशिश कर रहा हूं और आपने कुछ कहा और दीवार गिर गई। Now this is a story I would tell. Now what is the metaphor? The metaphor is you create a wall when you don't speak. So for a woman to speak, and after that, that woman felt so light, as if everything has moved out of her body. And she was floating in the air and she went back and everybody said, "Arey, क्या हुआ? आप इतनी पतली कैसे हो गई?" So you carry the weight of untold stories within you. So that is a kind of healing story which I would tell.
So for all of us who are struggling with weight issues, apart from healing, please know that. Start telling stories.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I think that's I would have actually asked you that question, that, the role of a metaphor in healing people, with healing stories, but you've already given me that, response. So let me ask you that, you mentioned about the retreat as well. You work with women, you work in, help them take into retreats and all. But is it so easy to just open up? How do you create, I may have I may look very happy, very successful, but when I walk into a space where there are a lot of strangers around and somebody asks me, "Okay, go tell me your story about yourself," it is not easy for me to become vulnerable. How do I tell you what's going on inside me? How do I tell you about my bottled up emotions? So how do you ensure that whoever you work with, whoever comes to you to get healed through storytelling, how do you ensure that you're able to create a safe space for them to have this dialogue with you?
What an amazing question, Yogita. Yes, I am often asked this question. And creating a safe space, having been a trained psychologist, here helps me in creating a safe space. And a safe space is created when you listen to a person in a non-judgmental way. And having been a psychologist, I have been trained extensively in terms of my body language, and also we call it, self-disclosure. When I disclose something about myself, which could be a shaming thing, like looking at me, people don't feel I ever have fights with my husband. Trust me, I have loads. And the moment I tell, in the women retreats that I have gone through challenges in relationship with my husband, with my parents, they feel I'm one of them. They can connect very well. So self-disclosure and listening to them non-judgmentally. Apart from them, I have been trained in movement therapy, I have been trained in art therapy. So movement helps you a lot to kind of feel you're comfortable in your skin. So my any retreat begins with dance movements where you let go, because mind and body are interrelated. So when you loosen up your body, that's no wonder we feel so happy after doing the snake dance in a shadi, So that is the whole idea. One of the ways is this, and listening. Deep listening is an art which as a storytellers also we are trained, and as a psychologist. So that is it.
Thank you. That's so beautifully answered. So I'm just going to take this a little, further. imagine you've created a safe space, you've enabled people to talk about their bottled up emotions. And now let's say people have started talking and they started sharing stories. Have you ever had an instance where this conversation has actually brought around unexpected emotions to the fore? And then how did you handle those?
Many times, trust me, Yogita, there hasn't been a retreat where women have not gone back crying. And we, in our language, say crying is healing. So when you can cry out, crying is healing and crying is clearing. You know, it's a very natural emotion which we look it as weakness and we keep it suppressed. कि रोना नहीं है किसी के सामने, रोना नहीं है किसी के सामने. बिल्कुल, I never ever tell anybody. I said रो लो, you know, खूब जोर जोर से रो लो. And a woman, when she listens to the story of other women and feel that we all have similar kind of issues in relationship, with children, with parents, then there is, you know, a lot of crying happens. And I'll tell you about a session. We did something, we did an activity. It was writing about letting go of the things, you know. And there was a woman who wrote, and then they were supposed to tear it or burn it. And she said, I can't do it. She was crying. I said, just try. I just try. You can't force. And she was crying bitterly. She says, I want to let go of my guilt that I don't feel like going and visiting my father who is ailing. And that is what I have written. And I do not know whether he would live or not. So I can't let go of that. There was so much of guilt inside her. You know, she did not want to go because she wanted to prioritize her children over her ailing father. And then it became a guilt. And she cried and she was hysterical. But after that, you know, after that, she wrote that letting go, I let go of my guilt that I'm not going to, that I have not been able to go and look at my father. And she felt so much lighter. And she hugged me, and after a few days, she said, I told my mother that I'm unable to come, and I don't feel guilty about it. So that is the power, you know. And being a psychologist, again I say, कि घाव खोलना सबको आता है, लेकिन सिलना हर किसी को नहीं आता है. So there are a lot of things happening, you know, people call themselves healer, and I have nothing against them. But I strictly feel कि आप घाव को तभी खोलिए जब आप सिल सकते हैं.
Exactly.
You have the tools and techniques.
You have the tools, techniques, and I think if I could add also the patience.
Patience.
Because, you know, they say catharsis शुरू तो कर लिया. लेकिन अब, now when the volcano is erupting, lot of healers actually just turn around and want to now shut off and move to the next thing.
Because they do not know how to handle.
Absolutely.
So, you know, as that is, I think my forte is that, because as a psychologist, I'm trained in all kind of therapies. If that would have not worked, I would know, okay, I can do CBT with her, or I can do REBT with her. So I'm confident of that.
Sure.
Okay, I can sew it up, is the thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. What a wonderful response to that question. I'd like to ask from you that what are, you know, now, you know, you're progressing with healing through the storytelling, the act of telling stories and the act of listening to people's story, because it's a you know, mutual conversation and the dialogue. How do you identify, okay, now the therapeutic process is working? How do you figure out that, oh yeah, I am having success with this group or this person?
So, Yogita, honestly, it's not like a paracetamol. So, I wouldn't say, you know, ki everything is great. During 3 days of my retreat, people just go back transformed. But I have put that seed of healing in them, they are supposed to take certain actions. We all
Sure,
understand.
sure.
डॉक्टर कितनी भी दवाई दे दे और अगर आपने दवाई खाई नहीं है, आपने जो करने को कहा है वो किया ही नहीं है, तो हीलिंग तो होगी नहीं.
True.
You know, so stories work as a healing process along with other things.
Sure.
But if it is a simple thing, like I was just talking to her, मैंने एक कहानी सुनी थी, hurt people. जो खुद hurt होते हैं वो दूसरों को hurt करते हैं. And after that day, if anybody talks to me rudely, you know, ये क्या कर लिया, ऐसे कर लिया, so the first thought is, it's not about me, it's about that person. Hurt people. And वो यहीं कहीं धस गई है मेरे दिमाग में. तो कई बार ऐसा होता है कि कोई छोटी सी चीज़ है, जैसे गांधी जी ने राजा हरिश्चंद्र की कहानी सुनी थी और उसके बाद उन्होंने झूठ ही नहीं बोला. I mean, इतने अंतर तक चली गई थी. तो कई बार वो भी होता है कि एक कहानी कहीं अंदर तक उतर जाती है and it comes to you when needed.
Absolutely, and I think it is such a profound one line that hurt people hurt others. It actually I feel that that's a healing story in itself. You know that if you can remind yourself of the same story anytime somebody hurts you, your response possibly will be very, very different from the one that immediately comes as a reflex moment for you. So now, you know, sometimes people, मैं ज़्यादातर as a storyteller ये भी सुनती हूँ कि यार कहानी मत सुनाओ. You know, you talked about, it was so beautiful that in the beginning you talked about how truth is always a part of a story. But more often than not, in today's times, when we hear people talk about storytelling with a different perspective, they say ki, just give me the facts, don't tell me the story. You know, I don't need the story. Kahaniyan mat banao. So do you feel somewhere storytelling can also be seen as over-prescriptive? And if yes, then what could one do about it as a healing storyteller or generally as a storyteller as well?
See, in earlier days when you would listen to story of कछुआ और खरगोश, तो उसके end में हमेशा एक moral होता था. Moral of the story is this.
Yes.
Okay. Now when I do the sessions or the training sessions, I never tell a moral. It is for you what you want to get out of the story. अभी मैंने story सुनाई थी एक औरत वाली. अब उसमें से कोई निकाल सकता है कि भाई छोड़ के चल दो अगर आपकी नहीं पट रही है. So that also can be an option. You know, look for the option. I am not saying anything about it. Also, the storyteller needs to be very authentic when telling a story. You know it better. You know, it's all about the authenticity of the storyteller. आप कई लोगों की कहानियाँ सुनेंगे और आपको लगेगा बातें कर रही है. You know, बातें बना रही है because they are not living that. If I am telling a story about patience and hope, and I am not displaying those qualities, then the stories will not reach, will not connect. So you have to become a story. You have to, you know, walk the talk, is what I would say.
Absolutely. Just let me know about the time, okay? Yeah. All right. Do you also feel that storytelling as a healing tool has evolved over time? Have you in any way used technology, or do you feel one can leverage technology? Because we are in today's time and I see that we do have some Gen Z people also sitting here in the audience. Can we leverage technology to make storytelling a better healing tool in some way or the other?
Absolutely. You know, storytelling से पहले मेरे जितने meditations होते हैं तो उसका soundtrack तो obviously technology से ही आता है. I go to the YouTube, select a nice, you know, bansuri playing or something and against that background. So one way is that. Then obviously access to the stories of people. And here I would want to tell you, Annie Brewster is a person who has initiated a movement where physical ailments are cured through storytelling. Wow. Even cancer, Annie Brewster. So I've been following her work. So she says Because it's any disease, we all know it's a physical and emotional. You know, it's mind body are related. So अगर आपके शरीर में कुछ हो रहा होगा तो वो emotions भी accordingly होंगे. And here what I would like to say is when you share your personal stories, that is very healing. So these patients, what they were made to do, severe patients with severe ailments, with cancer and severe arthritis, in a hospital setting, they were taught to tell their stories in a particular way. In a particular way, I won't go down into detail because there are some technical things. There has to be a resilience theme, there has to be limiting beliefs, you have to check those. And then people saw a remarkable change in them. So it has been, see, what happens when I'm telling a story, you know it better, I mean, Yogita, the hormones are secreted. Oxytocin is secreted, which is connecting us all. Okay, other hormones, cortisol, कि अब क्या होने वाला है, अब क्या होने वाला है कहानी में, which is that other serotonin, feel good. अगर हीरोइन को हीरो मिल गया तो जितनी खुशी उसको होती है उससे ज़्यादा खुशी हमें होती है. भाई हमें थोड़ी मिली है. लेकिन those similar hormones are secreted. So when you are listening to a story of hope, resilience, same kind of hormones are being secreted. You go to watch a movie and come back feeling so good, right? It is a story. It is a story. So it is healing. That is, so reading stories of hope, resilience, and again I said physical ailments, it's a mind-body connection. People with thyroid, she worked on them. The moment they started sharing their stories, there was a blockage, the thyroid level came down. The cancer was healed with stories. There's a whole lot of scientific study now. They're so powerful.
Yeah, and you know, if in today's times, if you go to most doctors, you'd say that, okay, I have a very bad leg pain and I don't know, मेरे को कहीं fall भी नहीं हुआ, कुछ भी नहीं हुआ, or I have a pain in my shoulder. First thing they ask you, okay, are you stressed?
Yes.
You know, you have skin issues, they'll say stress. And of course, you know, if you have to relieve stress, what better way than to connect with stories? And that you so rightly said. And I'm amazed at the movement that you're talking about. I'm going to read more about it. So thank you for sharing that.
Yogita, can I take a minute? I want them, all of them, to give a dose of what stories can do. I want all of you to close your eyes, please. Just close your eyes. Now go back to your childhood, जहाँ आप रहते थे. एक खूब अच्छी सी मेमोरी चाइल्डहुड की, चाहे स्कूल की हो, चाहे पेरेंट्स के साथ की हो, चाहे दादा दादी की, चाहे कहीं की मेमोरी. जस्ट थिंक अबाउट दैट मेमोरी. आपने क्या कपड़े पहने हुए थे? आपके साथ कौन कौन था? आप क्या कर रहे थे? आपके साथ जो लोग थे वो आपसे क्या कह रहे थे? Deep, go back to that time of your childhood. You are there. You are happy. Your eyes are twinkling. Your face is shining. There is so much of joy in that moment. Okay, and as and when you feel like, just open your eyes. What happened to you? How are you feeling now? How are you feeling? Happy? What did you do? You went back to a childhood story of yours, a happy story. This is the power of story, as simple as that. We call it anchoring. कभी भी बहुत दुख लग रहा हो, कभी भी बहुत ही आ रहा हो, just sit down, relax with a cup of tea and go back to a beautiful, happy memory. And थोड़ी देर में, you know, you will realize that you are automatically feeling better. Because what? Stories are so well connected to emotions.
Absolutely. And, you know, while you were getting our audience to do this exercise, I was observing the body language. Almost everybody that I could see had, you know,
Smile.
the neutral face started to turn into a smiling face. So thank you for showing us the power of storytelling with just this little one activity. Thank you.
This is what personal
Yeah.
stories do.
Yes, absolutely. So I want to also ask you that, I have not put this question down here, that why did you choose healing storytelling as a way forward for yourself? You know, storytelling has multiple applications, education, coaching, corporate, just performance, stage performance, writing, etc., etc., etc. But, you know, over the years that I've observed you, ever since I saw you getting into the world of storytelling, I see that you've consciously or subconsciously, that's what I want to know also, what made you or what inspired you to choose this path of healing storytelling?
So Yogita, you know I am a psychologist and I've
Yes.
done my master's and MPhil in psychology. I've done a counseling course from prestigious NCRT Delhi. I've been a happiness and mindfulness coach. And I wouldn't want to let go of any of my core skills. At the same time, I wanted to bring storytelling
Yeah.
into my, into my toolbox,
All
which I
right.
already had. And so I
That's
said, what could I do? And my mentor, as you know, is Lani Peterson. She's based out of US. She herself is a psychologist and a healing storyteller. And once I met her, I got drawn to this area.
Right.
And as for me, it was a journey. A lot of growth took place as I matured. At the age of 42, I did my counseling course with children my daughter's age. You know, I have been a lifelong learner. And
Yeah, we
still
can see that. Yeah, absolutely.
I would be doing some course or the other. This is creative art, this is movement therapy. Now breath work is the latest, which I'm intrigued by. So next time when we meet, I'll be breath work facilitator, probably. So I kept collecting the tools, and I know it all boils down to the stories you are telling yourself.
Yes,
Whether they are
absolutely.
empowering stories or limiting stories.
Sure.
So, in fact, my dream is a day will come when doctors will start prescribing paracetamol, tuck, 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 and a healing story of hope. And people might come to me and say, okay, I want this, is my dream for the coming world.
Wonderful. So then we should all register with the doctors there. This is so beautiful actually. Why just stuff yourself with pills when you can give yourself stories of hope, resilience, stories of love and laughter, and we could heal ourselves naturally.
True.
So thank you so much. I saw your movement from there to here gave me the signal that this story is almost coming to an end. Thank you. And yes, we have to ask you or request you to ask our audience one question which will get them their gift, right?
Yes, ma'am, but before that, we'll allow the audience to ask questions to ma'am if
Sure.
they want.
Okay, before the audience asks a question, can I give my gift to the audience, a very small one? Okay? So, some Islamic traditions, when people go to a hospital to visit a person who's ailing, they do not take flowers or fruits like we do. They go to the patient, and this is in a book, they take a story of hope and resilience and tell the person, believing it will go deep down into the subconscious and heal the person better. How beautiful a thing that is,
Yeah.
And my story for all of the audience, a little bird, a very little bird, was flying here and there and here and there. She was hungry, looking for something to eat. And then she found a piece of bread, a small piece of bread, and she wanted to eat it peacefully. And as she was flying, looking for a place, lot of big birds started surrounding her and flocking around her, for they wanted that piece of bread. And this Little bird did not know what to do. She was tired of flying and holding that piece of bread. And then she decided. She dropped the piece of bread, and now she was lighter and flowing high and high and high and higher up in the air. And all the other birds were after that piece of bread. So what is your piece of bread which you want to let go if you wish to fly high in the sky? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So beautiful. And I think letting go, you've given us a beautiful message of letting go by helping us visualize becoming that bird ourselves, right? So thank you for sharing that with us.
That's a
Over to
story
you.
close to
Yes.
my heart.
Yeah. Beautiful. Now, if some people from our audience are inspired to ask a question.
Yeah, I'll come to you, Trisha.
Hi.
Don't ask very difficult question.
I mean, technical question.
Okay.
Do you have a process of telling a healing story?
Absolutely.
Can you share that with us? Like in
It's a long process.
I know, but
yeah.
like a-
First, see, you understand as a psychologist. First, you understand what is the limiting belief that the person is carrying. It could be I'm not good enough, or I can't earn enough money, or I'm not good looking, So while talking, you identify the limiting belief, what is holding them and not helping them grow, right? After that, you find a suitable story, right? And it is not as simple as that एक session में आपने story सुनाई. Like there would be a lot of listening going on, trying to understand, and being a counselor, it helps me that. Then you weave that story while talking to them, right? You weave that story. I had gone there, and in a similar kind of setting, I heard somebody saying this. अगर आप overtly कोई कहानी सुनाओगे, there will be a lot of resistance, mind you. Right? So it has to be beautifully woven into the structure of talking and followed by some doable, actionable steps, which is very important. Just a story might heal you, आपने बीज लगाया है, ठीक है? हो सकता है बारिश का पानी आए वो बन जाए, लेकिन गारंटी तब है जब आप अपने घर में बीज लगाएंगे और उसको पानी दे रहे हैं, मैन्योर दे रहे हैं, तो पॉसिबिलिटी ज़्यादा है कि उसका प्लांट बनेगा. Does that help?
It does. Also, what you said in the beginning is be a good listener. That's the first most important thing. How to be a good listener is also what I want to understand from you. It's a difficult thing, but
You have to practice a lot. As for me, when my husband speaks, तुम ये नहीं करती हो, तुम वो नहीं करती हो, घर में नहीं रहती हो, so I listen, and then it becomes a part of me. So, thanks to him. No, honestly, it's a skill. It's a skill. Trust me, during my training as a psychologist, for an hour we were just taught to listen to the client. And sometimes your mind goes away somewhere. Then you bring it back. Okay, and ask him, कि हाँ तो आप कहाँ थे, आप क्या कह रहे थे? It's a skill. It can be learned. Yes. Sure.
Very rightly said.
Absolutely. So I tell myself, क्यों मुझे बाद में बताना भी है कि आपने ये कहा था. इसलिए मैं सुनती हूँ कि आपने ये कहा था when he's in a right frame of mind. So, but yes, it happens. It can.
All
Yeah,
right,
Trisha, there was a question. हाँ.
मैं ये पूछना चाह रही थी आपसे कि वो पॉइस को मेंटेन करने के लिए व्हाट इज़ इट दैट यू प्रैक्टिस, यू मेडिटेट और इज़ इट समथिंग एल्स? क्योंकि वो जब तक खुद को फील नहीं होती कहानी, वो सामने वाले को फील नहीं होगी.
I have been into this journey of self-growth for a long time. And for me, my morning pages, I do something called journaling, 3 pages of, those bada wala register, writing. My meditation, I do 7-phase meditation. That involves gratitude, that involves your ideal day, that involves your future 3 years from now, that involves compassion for the world, you know. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina is a mantra I chant every day. So these things are non-negotiable. And for me, the most important thing is to be authentic. Like I was telling Yogita, your stories will only reach if you walk the talk, if you do what you say. And that is the most difficult part of being a storyteller, I think. And I do a lot. I do, you know, movements, my yoga, and either I'm conducting retreats or I'm attending retreats. These are the two things I do.
Yeah, and we see that happening a lot. No, I think, Trisha, if I could just summarize, and because we're at the end of the session as well, I think your own commitment to yourself, your own commitment to your learning journey. You know, life is a journey. Similarly, learning is a journey. And if she's, and you know, being a co-storyteller and a friend, I've seen her journey, and I can share with a lot of confidence that, you know, when you see poise, when you see tehrav, when you see confidence, it comes, you know, it's like that duck swimming in the water. ऊपर से बहुत स्टिल शांत सब लगता है, बट अंदर जो उसकी मेहनत चल रही है वो सिर्फ उसको पता है. So you've got to work on yourself. If I don't know if I have kind of been able to.
She knows me. She has seen my journey. So yeah.
There's so much commitment one has made to their own learning and growth to be able to touch the lives of others the way she's doing. So thank you so much, Jyoti ji, for doing that.
Such
always.
an honor,
Thank you.
Yogita. I couldn't have been better having a conversation.
Can I ask one question, ma'am, please? Can I ask one thing?
जी बिल्कुल please.
हमारी
Actually,
anchor से भी पूछ लेते हैं.
Yeah, we can take one last question.
Actually, you were telling us about the storytelling to the people to heal. Okay, can it be reversed? Because I have read somewhere that they do some kind of human library, like those who are suppose depressed or dual personalities or going through some very difficult phases of their lives, and sometimes they want to tell their stories to the people. And when, as in some countries it is done, that they provide a person, just a listener,
Yes.
and let them tell the stories to them, their experiences, their whatever they are feeling and they are going through in their lives, the difficulties, and they very patiently listen to that stories, and in that way they heal the person. Those who are,
Absolutely. Listening is healing.
Yeah.
आधा काम तो हो ही जाता है जब आपके अंदर जो था आपने सुना दिया, लेकिन listening with the intention of listening,
yeah, that's it.
not with the intention of answering or judging or telling, you know. Definitely listening, there are listening circles. There are listening circles,
Yeah.
you know, all over.
That is what I feel, that in that way also we can heal, isn't it?
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, yes. True, true. It's not about me. It's not about me, you know.
Thank you so much everyone for your question. Thank you so much ma'am for answering those questions. Can we have a huge round of applause once again?
Ask the quiz question. One question.
You have a quiz question? I will have to ask. Okay. Who has been my mentor? I mentioned the name of my mentor
During the session, yes.
during the session. No? Yes. She's Lani Peterson. Thank you so much.
Okay, you can
We
come
give
on
her the
stage.
gift.
Okay, so our winner will receive a book called Living an Enriched Life by Dale Carnegie, a timeless guide to cultivate enthusiasm, courage and resilience needed to thrive in every aspect of life.
I have to tell Lani, you were remembered a lot.
So as we bring this session to a close, we leave with a newfound appreciation for art and craft of healing stories. Thank you so much, ma'am. I guess every one of us sitting here will remember your stories for a really long time. Also, thank you to Jyoti Pandey ji for sharing your wisdom. Also, I would like to thank Yogita Bansal Ahuja ji for lending your perspective to us, which illuminated the depth and significance of storytelling as a tool. So, as we conclude the event, I would request Dr. Shalini Mahajan ma'am, a valued member of our society, to come forward and offer a commemorative memento to our distinguished guest speakers. This gesture serves as a heartfelt expression of our appreciation to their contributions and insights. This artwork has been masterfully created by Padma Shri Bhil artist Bhuri Bai for BLF 2025. It beautifully illustrates the interconnectedness of nature, earth, humanity, environment. To our wonderful audience, thank you so much for being here. We'll be starting the next session in a few minutes.